My name is Daniel Burnagiel, and I attend high school number 1 in Zielonej Górze. I'm interested in science, especially nuclear physics. I love working in the laboratory and doing the research. I had my first encounter with science when I saw cooperation with National Center for Nuclear Research in Warsaw. They sent me the Geiger counters, which I used to measure the level of ionizing radiation in my city. While working on this project, I came to the unexpected conclusion that the radiation level is higher in the city center and near the large buildings and lower on the outskirts. My hypothesis is that it is due to the trace content of radioactive elements in building materials. I have also taken part in many competitions and Olympiad, including a competition to build a Mars rover. I'm the leader of my own research group, where we have students from the whole Poland. Our main aim is to take part in the international concept competition. In this contest, we must build our own satellite and measure the scientific data in the atmosphere of the Earth. I'm the leader of this group, so it is my responsibility to find project sponsors. We currently have several sponsors from Poland and abroad, including one from the USA. For example, one sponsor that I was able to find is the largest nuclear physics company in Poland, Poatom, which has done a nuclear reactor in Poland. And they will send us radioactive samples for our research. I'm building my own satellite and small space rockets, so a visit to NASA's research center will allow me to see technology used at the most advanced space agency. They have the biggest wind tunnel for precise determination of parachute data. So as part of the concept competition, we also test a parachute, and we're looking for the best method for precise measurements. I think that the solution used in the NASA laboratory may inspire me in this search. We also carry out other research, for example, in microbiology. We grow bacteria and subject it to ionizing radiation and UV light, and then observe them under a microscope. We also color it using the ground staining method. Every week, I do also experiments in nuclear physics. For example, the latest one I have done was building a cloud chamber. It is a device that allows you to see lines of passage of nuclear radiation. In addition, I conduct spectroscopy studies by exposing samples of chemical substances to UV light. I also go to the university in my city to observe research being done on more advanced spectropolarimeters. However, a visit to Stanford Research Institute would allow me to familiarize myself with much more precise devices. I want to use this opportunity to ask my questions and talk with the staff of this institute about the research they do. They have the quantum physics department, which is of great interest to me, especially the matter wave rotation sensors. This is very closely related to the research in atomic physics that I do. I hope that this visit will inspire me to make further progress in my own research. I like also that the Space and Ocean Department in this institute is open for commercialization of their research. I think this is very important. As a leader, I must ensure that our team's work is effective. In CASAT project, we teach younger students from other schools about ionizing radiation. I also lead a physics club where I explain to my friends Olympiad tasks and do experiments. This team leadership experience made me consider setting up a science-related business in the future. So naturally, a visit to Silicon Valley will be a special experience for me and will allow me to see how the biggest companies in the world operate. I think that I can introduce some of this solution for effective team management in my research group right now. Thank you very much. And now I'm waiting for your questions.
Thank you as well. And there you go. We will start with the questions.
Good morning, Daniel. My name is Michael. I'm listening to you and I'm reading these papers which you sent to us. I'm thinking about you, like about the young science, and I would like to know, what do you think from your perspective, like the young guy who has a big knowledge about the different material? What is the biggest problem of the world now, in your opinion?
The biggest problem of the world is naturally environment protection and also the energy, because we must have green energy. And I want to be a nuclear physicist. So in my opinion, the nuclear energy is very green because it is very safe, in my opinion, because we have very safety rules now. And it's not so dangerous that everybody think. And it is also very green because they are safe for the world. So I think this is the future. And in my opinion, everybody must invest in this kind of science, in this kind of energy, and for environment protection, because the Earth is one and we must protect them.
Okay, but from the perspective of your interest, who would you like to meet in the Silicon Valley? If you would like to choose to meet the persons or somebody special?
I want to see Tesla, because Elon Musk have a Tesla, and I think that Elon Musk is a very great person. But also I want to visit Apple, because I have read that they have the very modern solution for the environment protections and other protections of the earth. And I want to see this solution used. And I also want to see Microsoft, because I want my own research group, and I'm the leader of this group, so we must have a good management in this research group. And I think that in Microsoft, they have very nice, very good solution for good management. So I want to visit and see this management.
Okay. Part of this trip, part of this what we are organizing is the visiting on the Stanford University. But yes, you have a lot of achievements in different skills, from your interest. Is it something what you would like to, for example, if you have a chance to present for students or for the teachers, professor on the Stanford University? Because I think that your knowledge is sometimes the unique, also for the people who are studying there. Is it something what do you think it could be interesting for them?
Yes, I have two things. One of these things is my measurements of ionizing radiation in my city, because I think it is very untypical, because the devices that I used are not so advanced. So it was very difficult to measure this level of ionizing radiation in my city. And the solution, the conclusion that I find, in my opinion, are very unaccepted. So I think that I want to talk about this with other people, other people from Stanford Research Institute. And the other things are my studying in nuclear physics, because in school, in this project, cancer project, we have the sponsorship from Polatom, and we want to have alpha particles emitter, and this is very interesting experiment, because we can make the different types of radiation for this alpha particle emitter. And I want to with aluminum foil. And in my opinion, this is very interesting. I want to, but I don't know a person in my city who knows something about this. So I want to talk about this with people from Stanford Research Institute, because I think it will be interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's all for me.
Daniel, thank you very much for your presentation. Would you like to study abroad?
Yes, I want to study. I consider studying in the USA because they have very modern universities. But I want to say that I want to study there, but I want to work in Poland. But yes, about studying, I want to study in the USA because they have very modern devices. I want to be a nuclear physicist, so I have read that in many universities from the USA, they have very advanced technology, as also in quantum physics. This matter wave rotation sensors, for example, in Stanford University, they have these sensors. And I really want to use this, for example, the sensors in the futures, and they have this sensor. They have only in the USA these sensors, so I want to choose studying in the abroad.
So the next question is, where do you want to work in Poland?
Because I think that Poland is very.
Where?
Aha, where?
Why? Where?
So I have two places. One place is my city, of course, but the other one, more interesting, is Warsaw, because in my opinion, I have two view for my life. One of this vision is to be a scientist, for example, in this nuclear National Center for Nuclear Research in Warsaw. This is my dream. And the other one is setting up a business, a science-related business. So I want to choose a Warsaw to have this business, because near the National Center for Nuclear Research, they have the valley, like a silicon valley, that many companies have their business. Because they have, for example, radioactive samples can be very fast transported between these companies. So I want to use also the radioactive samples. So I think this is the best place for business.
Okay. Thank you very much. Pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
I've got a very similar question. How can you imagine yourself as a nuclear physicist in Poland? So maybe I will just drop the second question that I had in mind, and about the teamwork and effective management, because you were talking about the teamwork and about how you work in the team. So from your perspective, what is most important to sell your ideas to others?
Can you repeat?
Yes, what is most important when you sell your ideas, propose your ideas to others?
Yes, so everybody in our team, for example, has their own ideas, and we had some problems with this, naturally. But it was very hard, but we work in some programs that everybody can write something on a board, and we are looking for the best idea. Everybody say something, and it was some problems with this, because the persons has different ideas. But as a leader, I said told this person that we must find the best solutions, and I propose the pluses from each ideas, and we have chosen the best ideas, everybody in a team, because we work like a team, not like yes.
Thanks a lot. And why we should decide that you will go to Silicon Valley?
Yeah. So I want to visit this mentioned scientific institutes, because I really work in a research group, my own research group. So I really want to see this technology used in the USA, especially in the NASA laboratory and in the Stanford Research Institute. because yes, I'm building my own satellite, so it is the perfect occasion for me that I want to see the technology used in the NASA. Everybody knows that NASA is the most advanced space agency in the world. Especially this parachute in the NASA, yes. But in the Stanford Research Institute, I really want to see this matter-rate potential sensor because this is related in the quantum computers, which is the future of the world. And I make my own experiment, and I want to talk with the staff of this institute. So I think that, yes, thank you.
Thanks, Daniel. Maybe you will teach them something new. Thank you. It was a great pleasure. And now we would like to share with you a little bit of feedback.
Yes, Daniel, it was really a great pleasure to meet with you and to listen to you. And you're the last student today. And I'm thinking that in my imagination, we are organizing this program for the people like you. That's my comments to your presentation and
thank you.
The answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Daniel, thank you very much for meeting us. My advice would be concentrate on the goal. And if you are going to be an entrepreneur in the future, concentrate also what others tell you. So what is the message? Okay, communicate. Not only one way, but listen even more than you talk.
Okay, thank you.
It has been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. I will repeat what was already said. It appears that you are a type of great scientist, and you have a lot of different interests, and you can talk about the things you do in a very interesting way and engaging way. And it was great pleasure for me to listen to you. I would just have the same advice, so more listening, more deep diving in others and reflecting yourself in others. But it was absolutely great presentation. Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Thank you very much.
And Daniel, you will get the results tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
We're wishing you a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.